So till now, we've covered everything that you need to know before you invest in an IPO. So how do you apply for an IPO is the next question. And also, how do you increase your chances of getting shares allotted in an IPO, because we barely get allotment in today's date. Now, what is listing gains and what is actually long-term gains? Don't worry, all of these questions we will answer in this segment. Now, first, let's try to understand how to apply for an IPO on Groww. So let's talk about how you can apply for an IPO on the Groww app. First, you need to go to the stocks page of your Groww app and then scroll down. And here you will find something known as the IPO section. Go click on that. Now, in the IPO section, you will find open, upcoming, and recently closed IPOs. Now, on the IPO date, you will find your IPO in the open IPO segment. Now, here you can find the listing date, issue size, lot size, and the RHP document of the IPO. Now, after you see all this, you can click on apply button and basically apply for that IPO. But wait, once you're here, the bid page will open, wherein the minimum order quantity and the bid price of that IPO is automatically selected. Remember that 15,000 rupees per lot. Now, if you want, you can increase the number of shares or click on add bids to place multiple bids for this particular IPO. Now, if you check slightly below, then you can see that the amount to be blocked is also given there, which will be blocked from your UPI account until the shares are allotted to you. Now, you need to enter your UPI ID here and click on continue. Post this, your details are confirmed and you can click on the continue IPO application button, which will finally complete your entire IPO application. Now, after this, you need to go to your UPI app and confirm the amount to be blocked. Now, you can check the order status of your IPO anytime on the Groww app, so don't worry about it. Now wait, how do we increase our chances of getting IPO shares allotted, right? Because we barely get it. So many times investors complain that they've applied for an IPO but they don't get shares, including me. So we will tell you how you can increase your chances of getting shares allotted in an IPO which is already oversubscribed. Now, please don't think that the following that we'll show you right now are practices that you will definitely get shares. You might still not get shares, but basically just improve your chances a little bit. Now, many times what people do is they use the same PAN, okay, which is your PAN number, same PAN on different platforms to submit multiple IPO applications. Firstly, avoid this, because if you use the same PAN in multiple Demat accounts, okay, then you won't get, it's considered as the same thing. So I would say you should use multiple Demat accounts linked to different PAN cards, then you can increase your chances of getting shares allotted in the IPO. This is why a lot of investors use the Demat accounts of their family and friends to place bids for a particular IPO. Now, to improve your chances of getting the shares allotted in an IPO, you should also place a bid at the maximum price of the IPO. For example, if the price band is 100 to 105 rupees, then you must just go and place a bid for 105 rupees. Now, in the Groww app, the maximum price in the price band is automatically selected, which you can change if you want, but I would always suggest you do it at the maximum price. Now, also, please avoid the last moment rush. If you want to see the IPO response in the first 2 days and want to apply on the third day, then you can do so, but do it before 3 p.m. If you apply in the end, then you might face some problems in processing your bid application because there's so much traffic that is coming on the servers of the banks. Now, be extremely careful when you fill in your details also while applying for an IPO so that the application isn't rejected on technical grounds after you apply. A lot of applications are rejected on small issues, like the name is different on the PAN card and in your bank account. So please avoid this as well. Now, another important trick you can use is if the parent company of the stock is being listed, or the IPO is being listed on the stock exchange, then you can actually go buy shares of the parent company to increase your chances of getting shares of the normal IPO, right? Now, this is because you'll be applying from the shareholder category instead of applying from the retail investor category. Now, this IPO is only available for a few IPOs. For example, in the case of IPO of SBI cards, you had this advantage where SBI shareholders could take this advantage and apply in the shareholder category. But many people believe that if you bid for more lots, then the chances of you getting shares allotment increase. But this is not the case, because all bids are treated equally, be it 1 lots or 13 lots, it does not matter. Now let's look at what listing gains and long-term gains are. Now, we have talked about how you can increase your chances of getting shares allotted in an IPO, but let's talk about why you want to apply for an IPO in the first place. Now, before applying for an IPO, you will have to decide. You want to apply quick gains, which is listing gains, or you want to keep them for a long period of time. Now, if you're applying for listing gains, then you will have to track the share price on the day of the listing day. Now, this is because a lot of times IPOs may give good listing gains, but they can also reverse very quickly. Now, if you want to hold the shares for a long period of time, then you shouldn't be affected by these short-term price fluctuations. Now guys, we hope that we have cleared all your doubts with respect to IPOs in this segment. Now, in the next few videos, we will cover some important corporate actions like dividends, buybacks, stock split, bonuses, rights issue, and we will see their impact on the stock price and the reason why companies do this as well. So stay tuned, more knowledge coming up soon.